Hey guys, this is Mega Monkeys, and in this Cinema 4D tutorial today I want to show you about adding smaller levels of animation to your motion to try and kind of add some extra detail. So in this project I've got this little bike type thing. I know super detailed and realistic, but wanted to do something more exciting in a cube. So here we just have it moving forward and stopping, and then with this extra level, okay, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe if we go from this point of view, like you see, it's kind of turning a little bit and lurching forward. Well, not lurching, it's too dramatic, but there's an extra level of movement beyond just going forwards, which will really add detail to your animations. Well, depending on what it is. If this was real, I was going along a highway, you wouldn't just be going like completely straight. There'd be a little bit of kind of shake to your movement, not going completely the same speed or same angle, stuff like that. So I will show you how I did that. So got my bike, and which is apparently keyframed, but I guess not. Okay, I'll just copy this into a new document and delete the keyframes. And so I will put this under a null by hitting Alt-G, and we'll call that movement. And it's better to put your movement under a null. That way you can swap out nulls for different movements, and it's less destructive. It's a better practice in animating. So let's add a keyframe and then move forward 2,000 centimeters. Okay, it doesn't need to be exact. I put on the same time. I'm not so smart. Alright, let's go forward a ways, put it there. I have our animation. I'll just put in a little bit of like slow acceleration and stuff, and slowing down. Okay, that's pretty harsh. Okay, this really doesn't need to be perfect. I don't need to. Alright, so that looks pretty boring. It just goes forward. And then I'll put another null, Alt-G again. In between those two, I'll call it small movement. I'll call this large. And on the small movement, I'm going to add an xpresso tag, and this kind of adds on to my adding motion with the noise node that I made a tutorial of a couple weeks ago. So you might want to watch that first, but you don't need to. I'm going to add the noise node, and then I'm going to add the elements of the bike that I want to add a little bit of randomness to. So they'll be under coordinates. And you don't want to use the global position and rotation, because that will mess with where everything is. If you just do position and rotation, that will be relative to where it already is. So I don't know if I explained that very well, but that's what you should do. Okay, so I'm going along the x-axis, so I should have a bit of movement along that, because having movement in the y-axis would make no sense, because you're not hopping around, and z-axis would be just dangerous or moving sideways like that. But you would be kind of turning a little bit sideways. So let me just check which way that is. Okay, it's H. So I will add rotation in H. And there would also be a little bit of rotation kind of leaning. So I think that might be pitch, yes. So I'll add rotation P. And I think that's all I want. And I'll just hook these up. Oops. Like so. And we'll see how that looks. Okay, you can see that's pretty ridiculous. So I will turn down the amplitude. Let's try putting in half. See if that's better. Still think that's too much. So I'll try a quarter. Looks better. I think that's what I did last time, so. I'd say it's just a little bit of that extra movement, the lean and a little bit of lurch, actually, but I think I want the what's it called? The position to be a little bit more dramatic. So if this is confusing you, please watch the other noise tutorial that should clear things up a little bit. Alright, I think that's better. Oops, don't want to do that. And this way, with how we set up the nulls too, we can still change our movement. Like I could add another keyframe over here. And that wouldn't affect our small movement that we just made. Of course that looks terrible, but so I'll delete it anyway. But the noise node will just go until the end, so right now I've got some points where it should be still and there's actually movement. So I'm pretty sure it's a way of making it stop after a certain frame, but I don't want to look through and find it for you. So I think I'll just leave it there. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you learned something, and thank you for watching. Bye.